there. Welcome to Ask TJ About Marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from TerryJohnsonOnline.com. I'm a marketing specialist, and I'm here today to talk about those basic marketing questions that you may have asked and never could find the right answer or current answer or the correct answer, or you just needed some more information about that topic. Well, this is the place today where you're going to get that question answered. Are you ready? Here it is. Today's question is, well, we were talking about engagement for Instagram, and we got to talking about a lot of topics. And I know, Terrylene, you brought up about not being confused, but all of the things that are coming at us, especially with Instagram. Mm-hmm. And it can be confusing. And I agree with that. But see, I wanted to make it simple. I always want to make it simple when
we really appreciate that over here on Biz Chicks.
Yeah, I really want to make it simple because it is simple. It's not a secret.
No,
it is. It is. Haven't we been talking about that? I've been trying in my mind. But let's talk about this because maybe I'm not making
it. It may be simple in your mind because you do it every day and you do it for customers. And you do it, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but I want to convey it in a simple way so that it connects with everybody. That is my main purpose. Okay. And whenever I talk about that has to do with digital marketing, I try to make it as simple as possible because it can be complicated, but it can be complicated if you try to add on too many things. So that's why I said, well, we're going to talk about the path to trust. Mm-hmm. So you want to think trust. How can I get people to trust me online? What are the steps that come before they trust me? And so that's why I said in the caption, I said that you have relationships with they're everywhere with everybody. So you have a relationship with your family, your friends, your neighbors. I put the dry cleaner and I put the bakery when you go get your fresh bread. When you get your muffins and your donuts and this and that, wherever you go and you decide to choose to buy that. And I bring up bakery, especially because here in New York, there's a thing called the Good Bagel. You know what that means? The Good Bagels?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You do?
No, but I'm talking about, we had talked about this bread company that delivers. Is that the one?
That ties into when the pandemic first started, and this bakery that everybody was happy with in New York City, they couldn't get he was crying about he couldn't get the bread to the people that wanted it because they couldn't come to him. But see, there's a thing here in New York, and I don't know if it's everywhere else, but you've seen it in shows like Seinfeld. Any show about New York, they talked about the good muffin and the good bagel. So I'll bring up Seinfeld real quick because I know a lot of people don't watch it, but it comes in replays every night somewhere. But there's a couple of episodes about getting, they make comments about, oh, I got the good bagels. Oh, I got the good bread from the bakery. And they have to stand in line. So if you see New Yorkers standing in line, that's a signal that it's the best, like it's good. So, but how do you get to that point? It's about relationship, and that's trust. That's the trust part of it. Because if I get the good bagels and I say that here in New York, it's immediately known that those are good bagels. That's the bagel. Like they taste the best. Those are the best. Or the muffins. There's, tons of places around here where you get good baked goods and things like that. But everybody is not good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as reviews. Like this place, go ahead.
It's just like every relationship is not good.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Relationship wise, that's a good way to put it. But there's a thing where you're subconsciously going to seek the best of the bagel, the best dry clean. And I mentioned dry cleaning because when you take your clothes in, you don't want to take them to someone who's going to ruin them.
True.
Right? So if you're going to a certain dry cleaner, you're going because one is convenient and two, they provide the service, the adequate service, or they go above and beyond and they don't destroy your clothes. So that's a relationship. You're doing it subconsciously because you went to this place, and either you went on a recommendation or you said, hey, let me try it and see if it's any good. And we've said that. Let me try it and see if it's any good. All of that is relationship building. And when you continue to go to that one place, that's the path of trust. So you understand why I'm saying the path of trust?
I think so.
Okay. So we talked about there's the good bagel, the good muffin. This is the best baker. This is the place where you go get the best cake for the birthday cake. You know what I mean?
So now we're talking quality.
Right. But not that, it goes beyond that. Okay. It goes beyond that because the quality is there, yes, but you continue to go to it. You don't have to continue to go to it. You can say
that's true.
Right. Because there are places you can say, well, I'm going to get a birthday cake and pass a bunch of places that do cakes. But because you have trust in this one baker, you go and get it.
So the trust makes you return.
Yes, it's trust. Quality is there. Yes, that's the first thing. But what makes you keep going back? Because you trust them. See, we never think about this. That's why I say those are relationships. You built a relationship. And it's not like a love relationship like Valentine's Day and there was this didn't happen, that didn't happen. But I saw a lot of brands do things where they're like, we're in a relationship with our customers, we're in a relationship with our audience, and they create the content that shows that demonstrates that. Okay. So that's why I say the path to trust when we're talking about Instagram and getting engagement and the things you have to do, because it's gone beyond just posting. I can post a picture of something, I can post a quote, and then it doesn't get an engagement. So here's the argument. I don't get an engagement. Well, what did you post? Did you post something that will get them talking? Your audience, the people that are, following you? Is it something that catches their attention? Can you get them to comment? Can you get them to respond somehow? And once you do that, that's the path to trust, because in Instagram, we mentioned it yesterday, once you keep talking to a certain, your followers and they talk back, Instagram says that's a relationship. So I'm going to always show your post to that person. So you see how this ties in? Because we're getting away from keywords, talking about keywords. Yes. Keywords on Instagram still work. It's just that Instagram is lowering the value of that. They're like, that's not going to be the main way that we show your content. We're going to show your content because you guys have a relationship, i.e. you like and you comment on his post, her post, and we're going to make sure you see it the next time you come into the app. Same thing with TikTok. This is how TikTok works. What you love, they show you when you leave and come back. Because you're saying, I trust that person because I watched their content, I've liked it, I've even commented on it, and I've gone to that person's profile. Instagram looks at those, and these are things that we're doing without thought, is what I want you to think about. You're doing it without thought, but these apps are looking at it as touch points in a relationship, just like Terralina was saying about dating. Okay, so we don't necessarily know what draws us to an individual, but we do know what we like. Well, okay, let's stay on the dating. When you see a guy or a girl you're attracted to, you don't know consciously, it's subconscious. Exactly. So, but you keep having dates, right? If everything goes well. And then what happens when you have the dates? Then you become in a serious relationship, which could lead to marriage or whatever, or partnership. But that's the path to trust. And it starts subconsciously, and you're not aware that you're doing it in the beginning. It just happens. Exactly. You're drawn to that person, and then you find out you actually like their company. Yes. You begin to spend more time with them. Yes. And eventually it may develop into something more serious, leading to marriage. Okay. Right. It may, but see, that's the path. And but we don't call it a path to trust. We just go, oh, I like this person, and we keep going on dates, and it evolves. That's an evolution. So it's the same thing with your, and I say this because there's a lot of complaints now about Instagram algorithm doesn't like me. It doesn't show my posts. Engagement rates are down on the app. Facebook doesn't show my business page posts.
Yeah, I just saw
that. TikTok is hard. Reels are hard. And I understand what you said. I'm glad you said what you said yesterday about it being confusing. Or did you say confusing or too much? I forgot what we said.
It's a lot, and it's confusing because when you go back, things are in a different place.
Yes.
You don't have time to really learn it.
Right. You're overthinking it. You just post it.
And I think we're overthinking it because people are telling us about all this stuff operating in the background.
But see, I'm telling you to disregard it. You're looking at the machinery of it and not using it.
Exactly.
It's like you have a hair dryer. I got to dry my hair. I want to open it up and look at how it works.
I really don't want to know.
I don't care how the hair dryer works. I just want it to dry my hair. See,
exactly.
That's what I want you to focus on. You just want to do the job that the item is, and a hair dryer is supposed to dry your hair. So when it dries your hair, you're happy with it, right? And so if that hair dryer breaks down, you're going to look at the brand. You may or may not. You may just buy whatever's on sale. But I'm saying with hair dryers, you want a quality one because they're going to break down. So you look at the brand that you have now and say, hey, I need a new one. Let me go to the store. Where does your eye go? You may look at the one on sale most times, but you may seek out the one that you had before because the path of trust. It worked before.
It gave you good service.
It did what it did. Hair dryers don't, things break. Yeah, things break. So you have to buy a new TV. You have to buy a new TV. Things break. Items break. But your choice of the next one depends on the relationship of trust that you have with the previous one, right?
Which means you're probably going to go to the brand.
Right, but you don't think about that. That's subconsciously. So I want you to look at that. So that's how we apply it to what you're doing online with your digital marketing strategy. You are doing what Yolanda said, which is just post things. And it may resonate with some people and it may not. That's okay because everybody is in your audience. Everybody is in your customer. Let's get that out of the way. Remove that. You're doing things with, I don't want to lose any followers. I don't want to. Okay, so we get that idea that I'm trying to get us the process about how this works.
Let me see if I can paraphrase.
Yes.
What I hear you saying is we just need to relax and post.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
See, that's what I say a bunch of stuff, but Terralita comes in and says one sentence and it's like, okay, that's what I meant. But you work.
We have all these conversations about, the algorithm and the SEOs and the
keywords. That's the technical part of it.
And by the time I get ready to post, I'm just like, you know what?
But see, that's the technical part of it.
I need more info because as adults, we always feel like we need more information. So we're so busy gathering information.
But that's the initial
doing.
Right, but that's the initial buying of. I don't have a hairdryer. Let me do the research. I don't have a TV. Let me do the research. I don't have a computer. Let me do the research. That's the first initial when you first get an item, and we're talking about products. Once you're happy with it and you're satisfied, you don't really look at new things unless you're investigating. Well, it's time for a new TV. Do I keep the old brand or do I look and see what's new? Because the brand that you have more than likely has the newer version of what you have, or they've added on, and it depends on the company. They've added on items and things and features that would entice you to buy. But this is all in the beginning. It's not, we don't consciously think of this. It's like, that's why I love the dating analogy, because, there's some things going on subconsciously.
Yes. That because we all have different tastes, different desires, we don't really, and if we really think about it, a lot of times we don't know what attracts us to that particular person. But if you notice over your lifetime, you may actually have a type. You know, I've seen people remarry and the person looks just like the first person they married. And I'm like, oh my God.
Surprise.
Really?
Surprise.
Really?
Subconsciously
going on there, you actually have a type.
Right. Subconsciously, it happens.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm glad that I the way I put it, and then Terralina put it, like I said, so succinctly in one sentence that you can get it, because that's the purpose of us having these weekly marketing chats and talking about marketing, digital marketing strategy, social media, so that you get it in a simple way. We don't want to open up the hair dryer and see how it works. I don't care. It works.
So I want you to conversation. I may actually begin to post again.
See,
I have not posted. I'm serious. It's been months since I posted on some of these platforms. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I don't have enough information. Maybe I don't get it. But if I can just relax and post.
Yeah, so see here, we're going to put it up. Relax and post. It's right there.
Get to that. Wow.
Okay, so my job is done for today. What are you doing to entice your audience, to get them to go down this path of trust with you, build a relationship to where they're engaging with your posts on social media and calling you up and they're following you everywhere? What is that thing that you can do and ask to entice them to get their curiosity up? But that's one of the things. They're starting to look at relationships. And in their mind, a relationship is that you post something, you say something, and then your followers like it. And then the next level, let's, think of a relationship between, people. Let's take it to the next level. So Instagram says, did you take it? Did you guys go to the next level? Which is a comment. So it's all about progression, like a real relationship. And this is what I'm talking about, the path to trust that we were talking about earlier, is because that you will get you will say, if you get the attention from your followers in a heart, that first initial touch, that's like dating. You say, oh, what attracts you to someone? And then you go, okay, let's go on a date. You talk, and then you say, let's go on a date. If that date goes well, what happens? You go on another date. And then it progresses. That's the path, the path of trust. So we've got to get this path of trust started with our followers, with our audience, with our customers, where they will trust us to like, comment, share, save, all the little touch points in the apps. And then Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, all these guys say, hey, there's a lot of engagement. You guys are talking. Something must be going on. Let's check it out and let's promote to other people who aren't following you or more of your followers. So let me know if you have any other questions about this question or any of the previous questions. Reach out to me, TerryJohnsonOnline.com, or go to your favorite social media platform. I'm there as Terry Johnson Online. Terry Johnson Online. Reach out to me, send me a DM, a comment, ask me a question, and I'll answer it, because I love answering questions. Believe it or not, I do. So if you've got one of those questions, or you need more information, you need more detail, reach out to me, TerryJohnsonOnline.com, and I will answer it right away or as soon as I can. So give me some time and I'll answer your question. Okay. So that's it for today's question, and I will see you next time.